Yeah, my dad just came over here and talked me into it. I done made my mind up. I was gonna let you guys down softly and say the cylinders just look too rough, and I wasn't even gonna attempt it. Dad come over here and seen what I was doing. He said, man, he said, fire that thing up. He said, it'll run good. And he come over here, and you can see that cylinder that's real bad. We stuck this piece of cardboard on top of the block, whooped it over, and it was sucking the cardboard up and down, but nothing like we thought it should. So he stuck his hand over that side over there, and it sucked his hand down the hole and blowed it back off. So it does have some type of compression. It may be too bad to even mess with, but I'll carry on. I just popped the drain plug. We got some water already. I ain't gonna worry about catching water, but if oil starts coming out, I've got my bucket ready. I pulled the oil filter off and there was nothing but water ran out of the oil filter. So, that's probably a good sign, right? It's almost like this thing was in a flood or something. For it to have that much water. I mean, all the way up to the top. I mean, unless they just let it get rained in for 20 years. I guess that's a good way for it to have water in it. It's just water. Old rusty water. Probably ain't got no bearings left in it. I've been spinning it over a little bit, but I didn't want to spin it over with water in it, suck water all through the bearings. But judging by this, they're probably already burnt. This motor don't stand a chance. My goodness, golly, we're going on what, 40 seconds? Oh, here we go. We got a little bit of oil coming out. I bet the oil pickup tube is just nothing but sludge. This ain't even a milkshake. This is just terrible. I don't recommend doing this. This is some lifters that we took out of an engine back, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. And I don't know how they're still as clean as these. Actually, when I got them, they had dirt and gravel and everything all over them. They're sitting on the floor in the back room of my dad's shop. We did, sure enough, we pulled these out of an engine back years ago. And this one was the worst one. I took some sandpaper to it and cleaned it. But it's smooth. I just been washing them out with some gas. And making sure they go up and down in the bore good. And there got some shit on it. But yeah, they go up and down, they spin good. You got to make sure they spin. If they don't spin, you'll knock the lobe off your camshaft. I don't expect this thing to run. I just rigged this right here up. I ain't tried it yet. I drained everything that was in the pan. I then washed it out with diesel, top to bottom, drained that out. And then I poured some more diesel in it. Man, these things are dirty. Can't believe I'm putting these in. What I mean, just look at the rest of the motor. So the engine, it really doesn't matter. So I'm just sticking these in, making sure they go up and down good. Oh, that there feels a little. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's back to life. I said this one was the bad one. That was oh, it goes up and down good. I'll get all those in, and then we're gonna. I put a new oil filter on it. The old one was full of water, and I got it filled back up with. I put about a gallon of diesel in it, and we're gonna pump diesel through the system. Here we go. We're gonna try this. see. That's clockwise. Wait a minute, forward's counterclockwise. Oh yeah. Check it out, guys. Watch the lifter cups. Whoa, shoot. Watch this, guys. Hey, she's got oil pressure, or let's say diesel pressure. Every one of them's squirting out. Lordy mercy. I call that right there a win. It's amazing. Little things will make you happy. That's crazy. I'll keep trucking with it. We're going to try to whip it over now. I'm going to manually pump diesel through the bearings while I turn the motor over. I told you that one back there, it's pumping good. Maybe the bearings are washed out good now. I'm going to drain everything out of the pan one more time. And then I'm just going to start putting it back together, guys. I don't know what else to do. Maybe I've washed all the crap out of it now. The only bad thing it's got against it now, I guess, is the cylinders look like a gravel road. This is the oil filter I just took off this thing. That's a hole. This thing is rotten. In there. It's just rusty water in there. It's gonna be amazing if this thing runs. Amazing! Alright, we know she'll pump diesel. I wonder if it'll pump high mileage 1040. Ooh, don't want to waste none of it. This thing's supposed to have a 5-quart oil pan on it, and it's got a 7-quart oil pan on it. So it's clearly out of something else. Well, we know it is, because this is a 6-cylinder car. But I'm going to say this is a truck motor. It's got a truck oil pan on it. Oil pan's all the way against the cross member. That is incorrect. Let's see here. So that's 5 quarts. This will put us up there to 6. I know it's still got diesel in the oil filter, but I really don't care. Really don't care. And just for giggles, and I mean strictly for giggles. Oh man, why not? Old Derek from Viscript Garage, he pours this stuff in them. Molasses. I like this stuff because it'll help the oil stick to everything. And there you go, what the crankshaft looks like in this engine. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably run it. If y'all have made it all the way to this point, I really do appreciate it. I need all the watched minutes, watched hours I can get. Still got to address the rocker arm issue. I got to clean them things up somehow. Come on, oil pressure. So that's the wrong way. zoom you in a little bit. We got oil pressure, so we know our oil pump's good. Now I want to turn the motor over while I do this. Help the crank and rod bearings every way we can. Surely they got oil by now. The battery on my drill's dead. Guys, I had to beat this valve out from the top. I didn't bend it or hurt it or anything. But the valve's about shot and there is no seat left. I mean, that's your seat right there. I've done lapped it twice. It's starting to come around. It looks pretty good all the way around to here, but to right here, it's got a lot of pitting. But I'm just going to keep lapping it and then I'll pour something in and see if it'll seal. That's the only thing I know to do. This one right here's stuck, tight. Rest of them's freed up. But I'll just carry on. I'll go as far as I can go. Alright. I can't believe I'm fixing to waste these $50 gaskets on this motor. Can't believe it. Speedmaster. About the cheapest junk you can get. I absolutely can't stand these head gaskets. You darn sure ain't Velcro. Chance of these things sealing up is like, I'll give it a 40% chance. They kind of look like Velcro though. They look like the Velcro gaskets that you would use on like a aluminum head. They can't afford to write the word front or back on it. That's funny. Not funny. I guess it really matters as long as you put the hose to the back, right? Put the hose to the back. That's what we'll do. I can't believe I'm putting this back together. Can't believe it. How am I going to do the back? Come on, baby. I know that ain't where you go. Okay. There we go. There's one. Go get the other one. Shot their wad. I have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned on these. The only thing I haven't done is sandblast them. It's probably what they needed. Probably wind up sandblasting the intake. But I got all the heavy rust out of the runners that I could. I had to lap 5 valves in. One of them was in real bad shape, but I wound up getting it to seal. And the rest of them, I tested them. I turned them much edgeways. I filled the runners up with liquid. They were sealed. Same with the exhaust. Filled them up with liquid and they were sealed. So maybe it'll work out. Let's put some head bolts in this baby. Wound up putting all the rocker arms in my cabinet blaster and all the little balls in my cabinet blaster and just sandblasting them. But I was looking at these nuts. I sandblasted them. They're cracked. But the way they're made is odd. I don't mess with a whole lot of the older 309s and 302s. You can see that crack. All these are cracked, but you also see that recess. It's got a bevel and a recess, almost like it's actually designed to bottom out all the way. So maybe these are supposed to be bottomed out. I don't know. I'm just going to put one on and spin the rocker, or spin the push rod, and just try it and see what the lash is on it, and just go from there. And if it's bottomed out, then I guess that's not right. I was gonna go tomorrow and get some new nuts, and I'll wind up having to put washers on them, probably like somebody done on one of these, since the new nuts is not gonna have the fancy bevel in the bottom and the recess. And these, I thought they were lock nuts, but they're going on too easy. They're not lock nuts. Okay, so this one's down. So let's just see. Alright, there's resistance. Let's see what it takes to tighten it up now. There's a half a turn. About a half a turn. That's probably right. It's supposed to be bottomed out. Well, that's a new one on me. Huh. I need some of those nuts. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put washers on these and get some lock nuts and then just set them. Huh, that sucks. But these nuts are broke. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I need. Come on, compression. Oh yeah, got all kinds of compression. Old Barry about dead. She got compression. This old wire is just smoked. Smoke there. I need a Barry cable. And a lot of nuts. How many nuts do I need? Let's see. 1, 2. I need 10 nuts. Man. I guess I could use some rod nuts off of some 302 piston rods. We will continue this journey. Alright. I found some nuts. Got the rocker arms adjusted down. I sandblasted out this intake the best I could. All the intake runners and down in it. It's better than what it was. It's not perfect. And the intake gaskets that I had, I'm not wanting to spend any money on this. That old gasket kit I had, it was just something I just had laying around here. With the intake gaskets on the water jacket side, the holes are too big, so I just gobbed them with silicone. So this is where we're at. But these holes on the gaskets are just too big. They're touching the head, but I'm afraid that this corner might blow out. So I just gobbed it with silicone front and back. So got that clean, got that glue on. Said I sandblasted down in here. I sandblasted inside the ports best I could. And I'm fixing to put this intake on. At least I'm going to try to put the intake on. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. It's heavy. Heavy. Oh, man. Let's see. That bypass hose probably going to mess me up. There we go. There it is. Stick us a bolt or two in it, just to hold it from sliding backwards and messing the glue up. I had to put a little bit of lipstick on this intake. Man, it was looking rough. Lipstick on a pig. The only gasket that I didn't have was the base plate, the carburetor gasket to the EGR spacer. I call it EGR spacer. I really don't know what it is. It looks like an EGR spacer. Some kind of block. It's under the carburetor. I didn't think they had that in 71. So I don't really know what it is. But we'll make do. If I have to, I'll just silicone it on here and then, just for the sake of trying to get it cranked. Oh, that one's way long. That can't be right, can it? We need 2 or 3 cameras pointed at this thing. Okay. This distributor was laying inside the car. It looked like it was a new remanufactured distributor. It got a little rusty. I cleaned it off a little bit. Got it where it's spin again, so I'll put some slick 'em on it. Stick it in. Stick it in, Wesley. You want to put it in? Sure. Now we gotta make sure our rotor button's pointed the right way. We got it up on number 1. So when you pull it in on a forward, this right here needs to be facing forward, like towards this, and this needs to be facing this direction, like towards the steering wheel. So you just drop it in, and it's going. When you drop it in, this is going to turn. There you go. It's got to go straight down. Look, it's got to go straight down. So pick it up and then drop it straight down. Don't force it down. Got to hold these clips. I'll go in there. Oh, the block's rusty. That's why it won't go down. At least I force it down. Okay, see how that's facing towards, it's facing too far this way. So we need to pick it up. And we got to rotate it 1 click. Might have to go 1 more click because by the time it falls, it's still going to be facing the wrong direction. There we go. There, that's perfect. So let's see. Our vacuum advance is pointing towards the radiator cap, and this is pointed towards the steering wheel. And we're up on number 1 compression. Number 1's on this side. So she's ready. I'll find our hold down bolt that you can distributor hold down. It's a 1/2 inch wrench. There's a green bag over there next to the blue Dodge Challenger. Hopefully that blue Dodge Challenger may be leaving today. I hope it's going to be leaving today. It's already sold. We're just waiting on the title to come back from the... I sent off all the paperwork. Everything came back good. I registered it. And just waiting on the title to come back. As soon as it comes back, guys will come pick it up. Local guy here in town. He runs a car lot. He's been wanting it ever since it was in primer. So that's good to go. I think, yeah, there was plug wires and a coil inside the car too, so we'll be using those. Maybe they're good. There was one in that blue bag. It's got double ends on it. It's got like a 7/16 on one end and a 1/2 inch on the other end. Somebody black taped these wires up. I guess that was their holders. I know this engine had problems because, I mean, why would somebody go through the trouble of buying a new points distributor, then buying a new HEI distributor, and then letting it set and lock up? So I hope it ain't the timing chain. This motor looks like it's new, like it's been into, so sure to goodness they put a new timing chain in it. It ain't new no more though, it's a rusty piece of junk. If it runs, it'll be crazy. We ain't got to tighten this distributor all the way up, we just got to snug it up. Inside the cap looks good. It ain't gonna work, you gotta have a wrench. That's why I said go get a wrench. There's a 1/2 inch wrench. It's 1/2 inch on one side and 7/16 on the other. It's inside that bag. It's a boxed in on both sides. There you go. Well, you can figure it out. Don't tighten it down too tight because I gotta be able to move it. Oh yeah, that's perfecto. Okay, now we can put these beautiful wires on. Let's see, this is the front. Butamus, butamus. Let's see where number one's at. Number one's right here. Evidently it used to be over here. Why would they do that? Somebody had it wrong. We gotta pull all these wires off and rewire it. Somebody had it wrong. They said, see, it's got number one right here on the distributor cap. They have their number one over here right next to it, which it's not wrong, but it ain't the way I like it. I like putting number one where it's supposed to be.
It still works.
Still works, it's just not right.
How many spark plugs?
Yeah. They're inside the car.
Can we get them?
You can, if you want to. They're on the other side. You may have to put a couple of them in the sandblaster. I am not wasting no money on this car. It's not going to do it. Alright, let's find us a short one. I guess this is probably the shortest one. Huh, these wires are long, boy. It's like they're all about the same length, 8 foot long. There's number one. What are we doing our spark plug?
Over there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yep, we got sandblast these. I got too carried away. I need to put the exhaust manifolds back on.
Let me sandblast them.
You can. Just sandblast the chips over here. Just hold the gun right here to sandblast. Don't drop them. If you drop them, you break the force. Alright, you dropped. I'm gonna stick these exhaust manifolds on real quick. We'll get back to it. They still have new gaskets on it here and there. Got a marketplace rebuild on this baby. Spray paint and a few gaskets. Lots of silicone. Lots of silicone. They look like brand new.
Sand them down like Tom sand.
Did you blow them out? Halfway bit decent. You need to go in there and hook up your air blower and blow them out real good because we don't want sand all down the engine. It's already got enough problems plaguing it. They look pretty good. That one there don't look so great. I'll put that one in there, hit it a little more. See, it's got crap on it. Rest of them look pretty good though. When you get done, make sure you blow them all out real good. That air blower, okay? Nothing like sanding spark plugs. Alright guys. You fix and try it. Me and little man just verified we got spark. Look at that transmission fluid over. I'm gonna pour a little tranny fluid down in it. I'm gonna attempt to fill the float bowl up with fuel since I don't have no fuel lines hooked up.
I might do that.
Dang, the wind's blowing my gas everywhere.
You don't be wasting it. Dirt box.
That's going too hard. Block the wind for me. That should make enough to see if it's going to hit. Sure, we're recording. I'm sure it ain't going to do nothing. Especially so crappy battery. I ain't got no Hallmark bounce on it either. It just hit. It sure did. It just hit. For real? It is trying to hit. This back cable ain't letting it turn over fast enough. We got her too. Come on, baby. We gotta come up with a better battery cable.
You wanna go use the one out?
Let me go find another cable. Come on, car. You can do it. If we had some starting fluid, we're smoking our other battery cable off. We'll go get some starting fluid. Let's hook our little jump box up with it. Come on, little car. Man, we're getting rain on now. This ain't got enough kilowattage. We're gonna charge our batteries up. We'll come back, guys. It was just went from pretty daylight while we was trying to crank this to it's snowing. This Tennessee weather is freaking retarded. I've replaced these old crappy battery cables. I've done everything. I've replaced the positive wire, the ground wire, the wire going to the starter. I've checked the point. I've done everything. This thing just won't run. So I've not tried it since I've charged the battery up. I put a brand new cable on the battery side on the solenoid along with those other ones. I've poured training fluid down in it. I don't know. I guess we'll just whip it. My dad was thinking the reason why it wasn't running was because I didn't have the balancer on it. So, I mean, I'm sure it would have ran. It would have just shook. That's what I was thinking. So we stuck the balancer on it, and before we put the cable on it, I had an impact gun on the crankshaft trying to help the crank while we was whipping the motor over, and it was hitting. It was hitting. So I just stopped and I went down. I got that cable. So now let's see. What to do? I need to put some gas in here. I'm sure because and as much gas as we pumped through this thing, it's getting dark. I'm just about ready to call it quits. I've monkeyed with this thing nearly all day. Off camera, just whipping it, whipping it, whipping it. And I'm starting to think it's just not going to work, y'all. I mean, I'm thinking it just don't have no compression. But the motor's super tight. So it's kind of scary. It's almost like it's got a spun rod bearing. But I've charged about it. Let's just try it. It ain't gonna do nothing. And I don't know where to put the timing. Well, I didn't have a wire hooked up. That's got a whole lot to do with something, maybe. I ain't got no faith in it. Hey! Hey! It's gonna run. It's doing more than it ever has. Oh, come on, baby. This thing is gonna run. It's getting gas. Oh, come on, baby. Oh my goodness. Come on. It smokes like a damn train, but it runs. For real? So it's important. Oh, she's a drinker. I ain't believing that. I checked with shit. Thank you, Jesus. Man, I knew I had that timing in the right place. I kept pulling the plug out and checking it and making sure all this was right. Man, it's stupid. The positive wire on the freaking starter, on the starter side of the solenoid. That's crazy. This thing wouldn't turn at all before. I got to hook a gas line up on this baby. It wants to run. I ain't believing it. You don't run real good though, but it's running. You don't want to rev, that's for sure. Some gas. My God. Woo, baby. It has got diesel all over the exhaust manifold. I got to get some gas hooked up to this baby. I wonder if the fuel pump's any good. What's the chances of the fuel pump being any good? It just runs out of gas too quick. Man, I need a little bottle, gravity-fed bottle. How am I going to rig that up? I'll be back, y'all. Oh, I'm excited. It's a riding. Guys, you ain't gonna believe this. This thing runs, and it runs good. It still has a little bit of blow by, but it's getting better and better every time I run it. I haven't got no pulleys on front of the engine yet, so I ain't got no water in it. I stuck that air cleaner on it just to, basically just for giggles. But the ignition switch in this thing even works. I went up putting, like I said, I put the new cables on it, and this thing fired right up. I've been dialing around the carburetor, the ignition timing, checking my points. It gets better. And another thing, I took a vacuum cleaner and I scraped, this thing was plumb full of rust and black stuff. I scraped it all out, took a little drill bit, I cleaned the hose out on the master cylinder and put some fluid in it. Me and my buddy, we just pumped and pumped and pumped, and we kept bleeding this line. Believe it or not, this thing has got a full pedal. These will stop you on a dime. Got the door working good. Opens and closes good. Spider crawling up here. Get off my car. Gotta pay rent if you want to ride. Check this out, guys. I have drove this thing to my dad's twice already. The transmission was full of water and rust. I drained it, the pan, cleaned the filter. I drained the torque converter the best I could. It was all just milkshake. And it was missing the dipstick tube in the dipstick, so I found one of those for a C4 and made it work. But watch this, guys. It cranks like fuel injection. Got a little blow by. Still got a little blow by. PCV is not really doing anything right now. I got to find a better vacuum port for it. Alright, guys. This is going to be its first trip down the road. I've actually drove it over to my mom and dad's, which isn't nothing but out of one driveway and into another, so that don't really count. I just filled the system up with water. I bled the air out through the temperature sensing unit hole. I didn't have no pulleys. This pulley was too long. This was like back here. So I drilled out all the spot welds, cut out 3/4 of an inch, put the two back together, welded it back. That bottom pulley, it's off a 327 Chevrolet. I took a Ford harmonic, or I took a Ford pulley that centers up on this, and I lined it up, centered it on the Chevrolet, marked my hose, drilled my hose. Now it all lines up. So we've got pulleys and a belt, and it's charging. We got water in it. Got oil in it. We're fixing to go for a ride. Yep. Let's just go. Let's just do it. We got a little gas tank. Let's do it. It's gonna be fun. I hope. Let's do this thing. I haven't cleaned it out or nothing. Here we go, guys. It's our temperature. Up to 160 looks like right now. Drive. I'll be right back if I make it. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Oh, that window's vibrating. I am not believing this. This thing was sitting without a hood for 21 years, getting rained in. Winter's freezing up, and we are driving. I've spent no money on anything major other than battery cables. I had gaskets already. Wonder how hot she's gonna get up to just going to the end of the driveway. I don't know if the water pump's any good, or if it didn't have a blade on the, if it even has a blade in the water pump. Oh, it shifted in a second. Yeah, buddy, we driving. Speedometer works. Speedometer's working. We're doing 20. Got a little blow by. It says it's up to 200 degrees right now. That's no way that's possible. I just had the radiator cap off 2 seconds ago. we are rolling down the road. The radio comes on, but there's no speakers. Oil pressure, halfway. Come on, third gear. I just shifted manually. It was shifting pretty good in the driveway, but I shifted it manually. Modulator valve may have rust in it, everything else did. Oh, there's third. Oh, third party. Oh, the kickdown. I forgot the kickdown's not. Kickdown's probably jammed against the carburetor. Man, I liking this old car. We ain't got a whole lot of gas, so we gotta turn this thing around one-handed here. Whoa! Oh, my hand's in the way. Sorry, guys. Power steering's not hooked up, so it's kind of hard to steer. Going in the ditch. It's like it settled on about 190. Second gear. Oil pressure's still good. Third gear. I gotta fix that kickdown. That kickdown, I don't know what's going on. Fix it right now. I think it's jammed up under the carburetor base right now. Flow by is a little bit rough right now. Oh. Get it back to the house. Hook that kick down up. Go. Go. Second gear. Little balls in the governor, they might be sticky too. C4 the governor's at the back. Pull the tail shaft housing off and get that pretty easy. But seems to be alright right now. I know I got to change the fluid in the tranny one more time because it's, I'm sure it's still got a little water in it. Some cars doing more than I ever thought it would do. Turn, take out the trees. I much prefer power steering over this old manual steering any day, or power steering. Manual over power. So when your power steering ain't working, it's hard to steer. Whoa, about fell off my block of wood. There's my little boy. Boy, you need a ride in my nugget. That's the end of the ride, guys. Thanks for watching.